Hello, good morning. I am Maricita Colors in English. This is a live where I will show you how to close the stitches in knitting. Welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colors and this is a transmission live from Germany. In my last videos, I made a little course of knitting. I make the cast on. I made the second lesson with the knit and purl stitch. The third lesson was increases and decreases, aumentos y disminuciones en español. And now I will show you how to close the stitches. This video will stay here. I will make this row, hilera en español. This is the knit stitch, el punto derecho en español. Look, this is the stitch. We insert the needle from left to right. We bring the yarn into the front and look, this yarn stay in the needle of the right. And this go out. This is the knit stitch. I will let you another videos in my in the description box of this video and in the comments too. And at the end of this video. Look, this is the purl stitch. En español, punto revés, punto derecho and punto revés. Oh, hello, Carlita. Thank you to write me. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias for being here with me. I make today the lesson how to close the stitches in knitting. Cómo cerrar los puntos en español. For me, this is a tip. When the yarn of the begin is in the right side, for me, this is the front of the work. Look, it's like knots, como nudos. And this is the reverse for me. Look, here down is like lines. The purl stitch is like a knot, and the knit stitch is a little plano. I will make this row for that you see how is the purl stitch too. From the second row, I always pass this first stitch from the row. I don't make, I only pass into the needle of the right. This is for that the border is uniform. The purl stitch is from right to left. We involve the needle. We bring the yarn to the front and the needle of the right back and catch the new stitch and this go out. This is the purl stitch, punto revés en español. Welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colors in English. I invite you to subscribe here on my channel. I have patterns of knitting and crochet too. We are almost 30,000 here on my channel. This is the purl stitch. Here I have 20 stitches And I show you with this yarn that is a little thick because it's more easy to show you. So if you are new in knitting, you can practice a little with these needles, a little thick. This is the number 8 millimeters and are from Holtz. In English, I don't know, it's the same. Madera is in Spanish, madera. In in German is Holz. Maybe you can write me what is this material in English. Sure, I think it's Holz, we say. I can looking for here in the translator. Madera en español, madera en inglés. Wood. Ja, natürlich, wood. This is wood, but we have a lot of materials too in the needles. So, by example, you made a scarf. You make longer, and you want to close the stitches. So now I will show you. For close stitches, I always use the knit stitch. Always, the knit stitch. So we will close. The first stitch I pass only, and we will start to close the stitches. Vamos a empezar a cerrar los puntos. Stitches, puntos en español. We pass the first, pasamos el primero, and the second I made the knit stitch, el punto derecho. And now I will close. The first, I help me with the needle, pass over the second. We back the needle, and the needle catch the stitch. And we close the first stitch. Cerramos el primer punto. Again, repito, a knit stitch, not so tight, please, and not so loose too. Half and half. The first pass over the second, and the second stay on the needle. This is the second. In this little pattern, I have 20 stitches, 20 puntos. So you can practice un little to little. You can see that is easy. The knit stitch on the first over the second. El primero sobre el segundo punto. One knit stitch, and the first over the second. And we close, look. You can close in both sides, but always I use the knit stitch for close the stitches. It's the same. So one knit stitch, and the first over the second. Little to little, you can practice and you will see that it's more easy. The first over the second, and the needle of the right back and catch the stitch. Thank you for your like to my video, to share and comment. Thank you, Carlita, for write me. Carla write me from Netherlands. I think, or Australia. She lives in Australia, I don't remember. But I think you write me in Netherlands. So, little to little, we close the stitches. Cerramos los puntos. Again, we make one knit stitch and the first pass over the second, we back the needle and catch the new stitch. And here I make the last and ready. I open a little the stitch for that don't lost my stitch. Look, this is the front and the reverse. So you can close your work where you prefer, for the front or for the back, it's the same. But always I use the knit stitch, el punto derecho. And now, for close the thread, you can cut and you pass the yarn inside of the stitch. I don't cut because this is my yarn and I don't want to, but it's the same, look. It's like I cut and I pass the yarn into the last stitch. Ah, from Netherlands, it's good. Thank you, Carlita. So we close like this. And look. A tip, look, in this border, you can see that it's a little big, the stitches. So this means that these needles are a little bigger or are a little big for this yarn. So for this yarn, maybe I can use the needles number 6, number 7, and this border will be more close, not so loose. So when you see that in your work, you have these borders, you must use a needle a little more teeny. So this is the way that I close my works in knitting. I want to show you my work here I made. I use merino yarn. And look, this is the knit stitch. I use the knit stitch for the front and for the back. I think this stitch is the garter stitch. Let me see. Garter stitch is the name. Garter stitch. Maybe you can write me and tell me. A ver. Yes, garter stitch. This is the garter stitch. In Spanish, el punto bobo o punto Santa Clara. I will let you the names in Spanish in the description box. I use the needles number FIA or 4 or 4. And here I will show you. I change the yarn. I use 2 different colors and I alternate. And look the border. You can see the border is okay because I use, for this teeny yarn, I use these teeny needles. Palitos delgados en español. By example, I will show you with this teeny yarn. I make the knit stitch knot only. This will be one scarf. It's a merino yarn, super teeny. For this, I need a little time to make my scarf. But I love this yarn, the merino. It's super comfortable. So, when it's ready, my scarf, I will show you the pattern. And I want to show to all my friends that make the crochet. This is one scarf, loop scarf, with the front and back. I didn't make still not the back. I must make the stitches, but I finished the first part. This is similar to my knitted loop that I made in knitting, that I will let you in the description box and into the comments, and at the end of this video I will let you the pattern. So this is the last or the next pattern that I will show you in crochet. It's very easy, and I made with the hook number 7 millimeters because this thread is a little, or the yarn is a little thick. So this will be one of my next patterns. So thank you very much to watch my videos. I hope that you practice and you can write me what do you think of this beautiful technique of knitting. Before I finish my video, I want to invite you to subscribe here in my channel, Maricita Colors in English. It's totally free. Remember, activate the bell for that you can receive the post when I have a new video here on my channel. And you can find me too on Facebook and on Instagram. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. And we see us in my next video in the week. I always try to give you all patterns that I have here in my channel. I try to make new videos or new photos for that you can watch it. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias, chicas. Chao, Carla. Gracias. Thank you to write me. Hasta la vista. Chao, chao.